What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are covering some latest Chelsea news coming out of Stamford Bridge from very reliable sources, as well as previewing the Atalanta game with my chosen lineup. So yeah, welcome back to another video. Please leave a like, please subscribe, please turn on post notifications. We're doing our best to grow this channel. The support has been fantastic so far, but yeah, we'd really appreciate it if you would continue to support. If you're new here or haven't done so already, please hit that subscription down below to Chelsea Central. So the first bit of news coming out of Stamford Bridge, I don't know why I'm smiling, but Liam Delap, I mean, I just have to laugh at this point because it's just Liam Delap's Chelsea career has just been terrible, hasn't it? It really has. He took the number 9 shirt. He got injured for 2 months. He scored 2 goals in 17 games. He came back from that 2-month injury, not looking the best. And now he's injured again, and he could be out, or is set to be out, for up to 6 to 8 weeks. So over a month at least for Liam Delap, who looks like he's got a dislocated shoulder. By the time you're watching this video, we will know probably a decent update or maybe the exact extent of Liam Delap's injury when Enzo Maresca holds his press conference at 6:30 p.m. Tonight, previewing the Atlanta game pre-match press conference. But Alex Crook is very reliable from TalkSport. He works with Ben Jacobs as well, who everyone knows by now as an exceptional source. So, yeah, I mean, this is not good at all. I've titled this, at least in the thumbnail, Striker Crisis, because, I mean, I really think we've fucked up this striker situation over the summer by looks of things. You know, you have to judge on the present and also look to the future, of course, but particularly on the present, João Pedro doesn't look like a number 9. Okay, Cole Palmer's back now, and the link-up when João Pedro was 9 was mainly because of Cole Palmer, so maybe it gets better there. But I saw a stat yesterday on João Pedro that he's got, like, the lowest average shots or something per 90 in the Premier League. So João Pedro's, you know, not looking good at all. And yeah, he's really off form. He's not looking good. And Liam Delap, when you talk about Liam Delap, 6 to 8 weeks, you know, he's going to miss a huge chunk of games. He's got 2 goals in 17 games already for Chelsea. He's not scored yet in the Premier League, not assisted either. He looks out of his depth when he plays as well. I mean, we've seen flashes of his ball striking. You know, he can hit a ball, but most of that, they're not really troubling the keeper. All-round game, looking like he's struggling to adapt to Maresca's possessions-based system. Obviously, last year, guys, he played for Ipswich in a very transitional system. So, yeah, he's really struggling. And then beyond that, obviously, Marc Guiu's still here. I like him off the bench. I don't think he's the answer, though, short-term or long-term, you know, especially as a starter. I mean, in some ways, I would agree with people who say, what's the difference between Delap and Guiu? Very similar profile. When Delap's been playing, he doesn't look any better than Guiu. So that is also a massive problem, you know, signing, again, I say 2 strikers in the summer, you know, in like quotation marks, because is João Pedro even a striker? Have we only got 1 striker technically that we signed in the summer? But yeah, I also wanted to share this coming out here from Fabrizio Romano. He's saying, basically, he had a lot of questions about Jackson. He's saying that the obligation deal conditions, where I think if I remember correctly in the video or in the podcast, he said that Jackson had to play a total of 40 games where he played 45 minutes or more, and that is no longer possible. So Jackson's not coming back. He's not being bought by Bayern on them current deal conditions, which is basically a fake obligation, because obligation means that you buy him no matter what. There's an obligation to buy him, whereas this sounds more like an option based on appearances. But anyway, it's not happening, at least for the current price that we agreed in the summer. And yeah, he's not coming back at Chelsea either. His career at Chelsea is over. Fabrizio has doubled down on it. He said, I've received a lot of questions on this, but Jackson's not coming back to Chelsea, guys. It's over, especially because they've signed Emmanuel Emegha from Strasbourg, who we know anyway, but he's spending a season back out on loan at Strasbourg. Couldn't speak there for some reason, but yeah, Strasbourg, he's still there. Will he come back in January? It's a possibility. But yeah, I mean, I'm just not convinced with Emegha either. I've not really ever been convinced with Emegha. Like Mamadou Sarr, I'm like, okay, he could have a decent career at Chelsea, maybe. He looks like a decent centre-back. He's fast, he's strong, he's tall, he's physical, he's good on the ball. I see really good fundamentals there with Sarr, but when I look at Emegha, I really don't rate his ball striking. I don't rate his finishing overall. I don't rate his shooting mechanics. I don't rate his dribbling. I don't rate him really as a footballer. For someone so tall as well, he's not strong. He's not good in the air. The only positive with Emegha really for me is he does seem to find himself in the right positions at the right time. He scores a lot of tap-ins. He scores a lot of kind of rebound goals. So he definitely is a striker. He's definitely got that kind of striker nous in him. It's just I don't think he's the best really, and especially coming over to the Premier League, playing in a possession-based system against better defenders. I don't really think he's the answer. So I'm a bit worried, guys. I think we do have a striker crisis. I said in the summer I would have bought Osimhen. I would have paid him the wages. There was other strikers obviously out there as well. Chelsea will obviously tell you that paying those wages was not physically possible, but I beg to differ personally. But anyway, I think we do have a bit of a striker crisis. Not looking good right now on the striker front. Let me know down below in the comments, guys, though, what you think of our current striker situation. Would you bring Emegha back in January? Would you trust Guiu? Who are you starting up front in the short term between Guiu and João Pedro? What are you thinking? Do you think we need a new striker? Do you think Jackson was better than what we had? 14 league goals for Jackson in his first season. Obviously, he fell off a bit in the second season, but I was never a massive Jackson fan in terms of he's the guy long term. But I can tell you now, he for sure made Chelsea a better footballing team. He dragged us up the pitch. He was great at dropping deep. He was great at winning fouls. He was great at dribbling. And I think it would have been nice to have Jackson plus that kind of killer. I don't think we should have got rid of Jackson, but it is what it is, guys. He's not coming back to Chelsea. Anyway, some different news now, going on to some contract bits. Reece James will have 2 years left on his contract at the end of the season. Talks are expected to take place before the end of the season, with no suggestion that Chelsea and James have any intention other than his contract to be extended. Now, I know this is absolutely true on the James part. There's no way this guy is going to want to leave. He is Mr. Chelsea. He has been through thick and thin with Chelsea Football Club. He's the captain. He's one of our best players, arguably maybe even our best player based on ability. He's obviously got competition there with James and Caicedo and perhaps even Estevao on pure ability. But this is absolutely true on James's part. I'm not saying it's not true on Chelsea's part, but I do find it interesting that, he's on £250,000 a week already. So he's a very, very high earner. And I did some digging into this, and I was told that if Chelsea were to go back and renegotiate that contract, Reece James wouldn't be on as much. So that makes me a little bit worried when these talks take place, that essentially he'll get a wage rise. Will they ask him to just extend his contract on his current wages? Are they now more happy? Was in the past they wouldn't have paid him that much based on the fact that he was constantly injured, and now that he's not, they're happy to pay him 250,000. I don't know, but it's very it's not typical that Chelsea give these high wages out. Very, very interesting times coming up there for Chelsea and Reece James. But obviously there would be absolute riots if Reece James was to leave Chelsea, and rightly so, especially after the Mount and Gallagher situations. Obviously, them guys are nowhere near as good as Reece James. But, especially if you were to let another academy player leave, it was kind of the same with Colwell, wasn't it? But especially with the fans, Reece James, he's kind of, with so many signings, coming, and do they understand Chelsea? So many players in, out. You need to have a spine there of Cobham players, and Colwell and Reece James are world-class players, first and foremost, but obviously they understand the club, second of all, you can't let these guys leave. So please extend Reece James. Please sort something out. There will definitely be no belief of PR spin from any single fan if Reece James was to leave Chelsea Football Club. Now, another very interesting contract discussion here to have is Marc Cucurella. Now, interestingly, Fabrizio Romano has revealed that, yes, he has received a wage increase. However, he did not increase the contract length. Very interesting. I wonder why that is. Is that perhaps because he's getting beyond 24, 25 years old and he's not a kid? Absolute one of our most important players, especially under Maresca. And any other manager they would hire, because I highly doubt they'd go to some like wing-back manager, would they, after this? Some sort of defensive manager. So the foundations are being built there on a possession-based team. And Cucurella is absolutely vital to that. He plays in so many roles, left centre-back, left-back, inverted into midfield, left-hand side 8. He can do everything, really, in terms of roles. I just find it interesting now. very, 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 very deserved salary increase. But why not extend his contract? Why not extend it to 2030 or 2031? For me, that's very strange because, isn't it? I think next summer he'll have 2 years left, which in that case, based on Clear Lake's contract policy, once you have 2 years left, you either renegotiate and extend or you get sold. So are we about to have Cucurella be sold in the summer? It's just a weird one. Like, why not, when you give him that salary increase, also extend his contract if you're not planning to sell him? I'm just going off logic, guys, based off what we've heard from Clear Lake's, from Clear Lake's contract policy. So that's an interesting one there. I really hope we don't sell him. I think that'd be a big mistake. But again, is this someone that, again, now he's kind of at the peak of his powers? Are Clear Lake thinking, let's get 70 million here from Real Madrid or Barcelona, somewhere like that? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Jarrell Hato certainly isn't the answer at the moment. So, yeah, another signing that hasn't really hit the ground running when he's played. He's been used centre-back, left-back, not really looked the best. So he's definitely not ready to sort of sit here and say, oh, well, we can just sell Cucurella because we got Hato. Absolutely not. Like, huge downgrade at the moment. So yeah, Cucurella is absolutely top tier for us. So he's right up here, and Hato's down here, and maybe Hato will develop to being up here, but right now absolutely not. Yeah, that's interesting. Now to finish off the video, guys, I just want to show you my Atalanta team. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments in this. So I've gone with Sanchez, Cucurella, Badiashile, Achimpong, Gusto, Santos, Caicedo, who can play this game, by the way, guys, because the suspension doesn't carry over into the Champions League. He'll miss Everton and then come back for the games after that. But he can play in the Champions League, and he's been sorely missed. So he's definitely going to start. Garnacho, Palmer, Esteval, João Pedro. Who I predict to start in this team: Caicedo, Esteval, João Pedro, Garnacho, Gusto, Cucurella, Sanchez. So most of it, to be fair, but not the centre-backs. I think he'll throw Chalobah in there. Not sure about Fofana, whether he'll play again. So I've gone with Josh because Maresca seemed to say it was a mistake to play Tosin over Josh last time. So does Josh finally get a rare starting appearance? That would be lovely, wouldn't it? I've gone with Santos over Enzo. I think, Atlanta's going to be quite a physical game. I've not really been majorly impressed with Enzo Fernandez lately, especially deeper. Feel like he can perform better. So I've gone with more of a solid midfield two there. In terms of physicality and duels, etc., and getting the ball up the pitch. And then Garnacho, I think, will play. I don't really care, to be honest. Not overly enamoured with our left wings, to be honest with you, but I think Garnacho is probably better than Gittins right now. And yeah, I think the rest of the team picks itself, guys. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. If you've got to the end, appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Turn on notifications as well so you don't miss a video, because a lot of YouTube, from what I've heard as well, is sometimes the sub boxes get a little bit glitchy and you don't realize a video has been posted. So yeah, we'd really appreciate it if you would turn on the post notifications. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching and listening. Let me know down below in the comments. Obviously, always try and improve these YouTube videos. It's very early, almost at the start of this journey with Con and stuff. So yeah, just wanted to record a video today covering the news. And yeah, you'll see this, guys, probably in the afternoon. So yeah, up the Chelsea, everyone. Hopefully we bounce back against Atalanta. And yeah, I will no promo or anything. Not getting paid by the club. Pies isn't a brown envelope, but would highly recommend you guys go and get this Chelsea Christmas jumper. It's very baggy and big, but absolutely love it. It's keeping me warm right now in this cold weather in England. So yeah, definitely go and cop that on the Mega Store. It's very cheap as well, considering some of the usual prices. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Appreciate you watching and listening, and we'll see you for Atlanta match reaction tomorrow night. Take care, everyone. Up the Chelsea.